Some people don't come back because they love you. They come back because they finally discover what you have. When my best friend died, I promised her one thing. I'll raise your daughter as if she were my own. For 3 peaceful years. I kept that promise. Then one afternoon, 2 strangers knocked on my door. The little girl hiding behind my leg looked at them and whispered, "Why are those people staring at me like that?" I didn't know it yet. But those weren't grieving grandparents. They had just discovered that the little girl they abandoned owned land worth millions. And they were willing to destroy her childhood to take it from her. My name is Rachel Morgan, and this story began with a promise. 10 years ago, my best friend, Emily Carter, and I met during nursing school in Seattle. Emily was the kind of person who made every room brighter. When she gave birth to her daughter, Lily, she asked me to become her godmother. I laughed and accepted without thinking much about it. None of us imagined I'd one day become Lily's only family. Emily's parents were wealthy real estate investors. They cared more about business dinners than birthdays. When Emily became a single mother, they practically cut her out of their lives. They refused to help. Refused to even meet Lily. To them, the little girl simply didn't exist. 3 years later, Emily was diagnosed with an aggressive brain tumor. She fought harder than anyone I've ever known. But one evening, while I sat beside her hospital bed, she grabbed my hand. "Rachel, if I don't make it, please don't let them take Lily." I promised her. Emily passed away 2 weeks later. Her will named me Lily's legal guardian. The court approved the adoption because her grandparents never challenged it. In fact, they never even attended Emily's funeral. For 3 years, it was just Lily and me. School mornings, bedtime stories, birthday cakes, messy kitchen dance parties. She slowly stopped calling me Aunt Rachel. One day she looked up and quietly said, "Can I call you Mom?" I cried before answering. Of course. Life wasn't luxurious. I worked long hospital shifts. Sometimes money was tight. But Lily never lacked love. Then one ordinary Tuesday, everything changed. A black luxury SUV stopped outside our house. An elegant older couple stepped out. The woman smiled politely. "We're Lily's grandparents." Lily immediately hid behind me. She had never seen them before. The man handed me an expensive business card. "We'd like custody of our granddaughter." I stared at him. "After 3 years?" His smile disappeared. "We've reconsidered." No apology. No explanation. Just paperwork. Something felt terribly wrong. A week later, I met my attorney. After reviewing their petition, she frowned. "This isn't about family. It's about money." She explained that months earlier, Emily's elderly godfather had passed away. He had secretly left over 200 acres of valuable land to Lily. Neither I nor the grandparents knew about it until the estate records became public. Suddenly, everything made sense. They hadn't come back for their granddaughter. They had come back for her inheritance. And if they gained custody, they would control every decision involving that property until Lily became an adult. I knew I couldn't let that happen. The custody hearing began weeks later. Their lawyers painted me as an ordinary nurse who couldn't provide Lily with a luxurious life. Then Lily's grandfather stood before the judge. "We can give her private schools, international travel, and every opportunity." He made it sound convincing. Until my lawyer asked one simple question. "How many birthdays have you attended?" Silence. "How many phone calls have you made?" Silence. "When did you first meet Lily?" The courtroom became painfully quiet. Because everyone already knew the answer. only after learning about the inheritance. The judge requested interviews with Lily. No cameras. No lawyers. Just a child speaking honestly. Later, the child psychologist shared her observations. Lily describes Rachel as her safe place. She has no emotional relationship with her biological grandparents. Then the psychologist revealed something unexpected. During a supervised visit, the grandparents spent nearly an hour discussing the family property with their attorney, while Lily sat alone coloring in the corner. Not once did they ask about her favorite subject, her friends, or her dreams. The judge wrote several pages of notes. I finally felt hope. Before the final hearing, a retired neighbor contacted my lawyer. She brought old letters Emily had written years earlier. One sentence changed everything. If my parents ever return, it will never be because they love Lily. It will be because they finally see value in something connected to her. The letters also documented years of neglect. Missed birthdays. Ignored medical emergencies. Returned gifts. Emily had recorded every painful memory. Not out of anger, but to protect her daughter one day. Those letters became powerful evidence. The final hearing lasted less than 2 hours. The judge looked directly at the grandparents. Children are not investment portfolios. Custody exists to protect the child, not to manage inherited wealth. Their request was denied. The court also appointed an independent financial trustee to oversee Lily's property until adulthood. Neither I, nor the grandparents, could access it for personal benefit. Exactly as Emily had wanted. The grandparents left without saying goodbye. Lily never looked back. That evening, we stopped for ice cream on the way home. Lily squeezed my hand. Are they coming back? I smiled. No, sweetheart. They can't take you. She looked at the sunset and whispered. Mom. I think Emily would be happy. I looked up at the sky. So do I. Sometimes, the greatest inheritance isn't land or money. It's the promise someone keeps, even after the person who asked for it is gone.